Hey, it's your favorite mom figure, Niyah Lynn, and you're watching Malaya and me. So today I wanted to share with you all what I learned as a first-time mom. But before we get into this video, I wanted to do a quick disclaimer. I am sharing with you all the things I learned from my experience. This is not advice. This is not, go out there and say, Niyah said do this. No, it's not that. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've learned so far in my journey. Background, I've been a mom for 1 year. For those of you who do not know me, my daughter's name is Malaya. She's 1 year old. And I understand that everybody's situation is different. Everybody's child's different. Everybody's journey is different. So like I said, I'm just sharing based on my experience. And if that helps you, and if you're the person out there that it helps, great. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know how it helped you. Or comment down below and let me know how it helps you. So I have it written down what I want to talk about, and I'm going to do the top 5 things, as you can see from the title, that I have learned as a first-time mom. I'm not doing them in any particular order because they're all very important in my journey. So number 1 is self-care / me time is very important. In the beginning, when I first became a mom, I struggled with this. I wasn't taking care of myself like I was. Like, I'll get up in the mornings and brush my teeth and wash my face, but I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, I wasn't doing my hair how I wanted to do my hair. I wasn't getting my nails done. I still struggle with that and getting my nails done. I like to get my nails done, but I don't like to get my nails done anymore. But let me slow it down because I was talking really fast. But yeah, I struggle with that, and I'm still learning that, like, it's okay to go take care of me and do the things that I like to do and do the things that make me feel good, So if someone out there, is sitting there and they're like, you know what, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I can't because I'm a mom. You can in your timing and whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm still learning it too. The second thing that I learned is it's okay to set boundaries with people. And this this includes your baby, and I recently added this on there. Malaya is at the age where she's pushing to see what she could get away with, and I realized I have to start setting boundaries with her. Like, when she was a little baby and she couldn't move around, run around, crawl around, and get around, whew, it was easy. But now that she can move around, I have to set boundaries with her because she's trying to test her limits. So definitely set boundaries within your life. And that goes for, like I said, that goes with your child. Now, with the outsiders and people, let them know. Like, if it's your baby, it's your rules. Like, you don't want people kissing your baby, don't let nobody kiss your baby. You don't want people holding your baby, don't let nobody hold your baby. And not even just that, like, things that have to do with your baby. It has to do with you too. Things have to do with you too. So, like, don't let people tell you what to do with your child. Don't let people tell you how to parent. Don't let people tell you how to just do anything in your life or what you're supposed to be doing. Like I said at the beginning of this video, everybody's experience is very different. So don't let nobody do that. And here I go telling you what to not let nobody do. But y'all get the point. Like, set boundaries. Don't allow people to make you feel less of a mother because you're not doing something the same way as somebody else. Don't allow people to compare you to someone else. And you got enough going on as a mother. You got enough to deal with, So set those boundaries. You know your limits. You know yourself. So set those boundaries. The third thing that I learned about being a mother is this one's crazy. The third thing is relationships will be tested. So I say this because of how I was when I was pregnant versus when the baby got here versus a year after the baby was here. So let's get into it. When I say relationships will be tested, I literally mean, like, they'll be tested. Like, people who don't have kids don't understand how the mother side of you operates. They don't understand the new you. They don't understand the person you had to become. And that's okay. Now, some people will willingly try to understand and to work around it, and all things good, fine and dandy. Other people just can't comprehend, and those relationships fall apart because I'm a mother first. Like, certain people be like, oh, well, I was going to invite you here, but you always have your daughter. Alright, fine, I'm not coming. Because if Malaya can't come, then I'm not coming. That's just how I am personally. Now, other people, you know, leave their kids with people and put their kids here and there and go enjoy themselves to wherever they're doing or do whatever they want to do. That makes sense. Me, I'm not that type of person. Like, for my first birthday, with her when I turned 21, I went to Vegas. Guess where Malaya was? On the plane, in the hotel, with me in Vegas. Why? Because wherever I go, she goes, and I'll make it work everywhere else. That's just the type of person, type of mother that I am. Other people aren't like that. But also, and that is family. Family feels, how do I put it, entitled. They feel like their titles hold weight, and that because they're the cousin, uncle, auntie, grandma, grandpa, that they're entitled to certain things. I'm trying to figure out how to word it without like speaking on certain situations and putting my business out there. But yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. Family feels entitled, and they're not. They still have to be comfortable with what you're comfortable with, and if you're not comfortable with it, it's a done deal. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to people out there, because I'm not trying to put my situations out there or current situations out there and put anybody on the spot, because that's my personal business. Don't be out of my business. But yeah, so yeah, family feels entitled, so that tests a relationship. The fourth one is parenting is hard, but life is not over. So I can't tell you how many times, especially being a young mother, that they were like, oh, you're ruining your life, oh, you haven't lived life yet. Like, now thinking back on it, I hate hearing it. Like, for the older generation out there, y'all really have to stop telling kids that, not kids, but people who have children at a young age, that life is over or you haven't lived life or stuff like that, and try to put that guilt onto them, because it's like, it's not. Life isn't over. And I did feel that type of, maybe life was over a little bit, but I didn't feel it out. I didn't feel it, and I think that's why I am able to keep going and keep pushing through it. But parenting is hard. We just had that serious moment, and then I had to throw that in there, because parenting is hard. Like, it's no book, no YouTube video, even though I'm making a YouTube video right now. No YouTube video, no special speaker, nobody can prepare you for your child, your experience, and what you're going to go through. Yes, there's days where I don't have it all figured out, but I work through it, and I get through it. And if someone out there right now feels like it's hard and they want to give up, please don't give up. And if you're watching this and you know somebody who thinks this is hard and they want to give up, please send this to them right now and let them know that I said, this is one thing that y'all can say that I said, which is don't give up. Like, don't give up. Your kids love you. At the end of the day, don't do it for nobody. Do it for your kid, or your kids, if you have 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, you know, do it for them. Keep pushing through for them, because like, that's who my motivation is. My daughter, like, literally every time we wake up in the morning, she's smiling, and that smile, the words that she tried to say, because now we got to the point where she's talking. It's so cute. So we got to that point, and it's it's definitely a feeling that just keeps you going. So like, just hold on to that feeling and let it keep pushing you through. And there is no right way to parent. There's not a right way to parent. No one way is right, because every child is different. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. And what works for my mom doesn't work for mine sometimes. So, you know, we just get through it and we just work. Like, literally every day is a learning experience with kids, and especially at this age where they're just constantly learning and they're watching you. So, you know, moving on to number 5, the last and final thing that I have learned. And this one right here, it's going to hit a couple people like, but hear me out. So the 5th thing that I learned as a parent is to put yourself first and your child next. Hear me out though. Because I know some of y'all look at me like, what? So when I say this, I literally mean this. Like, put yourself first and your child next. Not like, you know, not like this and like this, if that makes sense. That's like a perfect analogy that I can use and perfectly explain it for right now. But hear me out. You cannot be there for your child if you're not okay. And that's why you have to put yourself first. Like, you have to put yourself first. You hear me? Everybody say, my child comes first, my child comes first, my child comes first. Yes. Your child comes before anybody else. But not you. Because if you're not okay, you can't be there for your child. Your child's looking up to you. Your child feels your energy. Your child knows when something's wrong with you, and that can reflect back in their behavior, their development. So you have to make sure you're straight. And you're not going to have it together all the time, like we just talked about. You're not going to have it together all the time. So by doing good for you and putting yourself first and making sure you're in a good space to go get through the day. And if you got to reset through the day, reset through the day. Take those 10 seconds. If you got to cry, cry. But pull yourself back together, you know, for your child. So make sure you're always good, you know. Make sure you're good, make sure your kid's good. Make sure you're good, make sure your kid's good. Because you can't make sure your kid's good if you're not okay. It's just, like I said, they read you, they watch you. They're little sponges. They soak up everything, and they understand more than what you think. Like, you may try to put on this big face and stuff like that, but they understand. So just make sure you're good. You just have to, you know, put yourself first. Prioritize yourself along with your other parenting duties. You know, you can't, like they say, you can't pour from an empty glass. If you're trying to nurture, you're trying to be nurturing, or you're nurturing, but you're reaching your breaking point, that's going to show in your parenting, and you don't want to do that. So, you know, check yourself. Check yourself, prioritize yourself, do what you got to do to reset. And I know everybody don't have a village to get that break that they need, but it's like, find your village or make your village what you need to make it, if that makes sense. Like, for me, my mom, she works all day almost. Like, when I get up, by the time me and Malaya get up, my mom's already gone. So the day is me and Malaya. The day is just me and Malaya. And I'm trying to prioritize myself and have her together throughout the day. It's an endless battle, but we make it work. Because I ain't going to be walking around with an attitude, and she's not going to be walking around with an attitude. So how I make it work personally, when it's just me and her, and it's like that 95% of the week, me and her. Basically, I give her toys, I read to her, and honestly, I read the Bible to her out loud. When it's time for a reading story, I read the Bible out loud to her. So that's me That's me time and her time. So we working it out together. And we also, I like watching certain YouTube videos. I like watching motivational YouTube videos, and certain people that I watch, she likes too. And I be careful of what I put on though. And then I stay up sometimes an extra hour after she goes to sleep. Or I'll get up an extra 30 minutes earlier. You know, I find the balance so that I can add it in there. That I have that time to check myself, you know, check my attitude at the door. Because it gets rough sometimes. Can't front, it gets rough sometimes. You know, but like I said, everybody's situation is different. Just figure out what works for you. So yeah, that's my top 5 things that I learned as a first time mom. I don't have it all figured out. You know, if there's some things that you guys learned throughout your journey that you want to share with me, comment them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. And if you're not subscribed yet, and you're just watching me and you're not subscribed yet, that's crazy. Hit that subscription button. So I'm going to speak for both me and Malaya. We love you. See you in the next video, or sooner if you're following us on Instagram at Malaya_me.